It's show and tell time.
Here at the Collector's Corner, we take something out of our toy chest, something out of our comic book shelf, something out of our comic book case, something out of our 3D printing case, and showcase it to the world. It could be worth millions of dollars or just sentimental. What do you guys got?
Well, let me go because we're already talking about it. And okay, so you can see right here.
You got a child.
How did you 3D print a kid,
I 3D
Chris?
printed a child.
Bastion!
Say what up. So I found out. So
You look just like you when you were a kid,
Yep.
Chris. It's crazy.
I taken a break from 3D printing, and then we were still checking here and there, and I found this new designer called Calavera. I did a YouTube video on him. He's freaking awesome, and his thing that really got to me was that he created a bunch of these of the 80s and 90s figures.
Wow.
That he brought back. So this is Donatello. So I joined his I joined his Patreon, and then for $20 a month you get all his stuff, and you get two gifts, 2 gifts a week. So there's Donatello, there's Raphael with the size.
That's dope.
But the cool thing about his designs is you don't put together. You just print them and they come off the printer articulated and everything. They print articulated.
That's crazy.
Which is super, super cool. So the print stands up, you just take it off, it's done. So I used some of this cool filament I had. He did Faker from He-Man.
Dude, that's dope.
Dude. Now the clothing that's molded into the figure, right? Like the belt and the stuff.
Yeah. So if you see up close, you can see it's all molded together. But it looks just like the toy. He modeled it after the toys.
Yeah.
Just like the toys. You even see it in Donnie's thing. So I got Michelangelo printing, and now I'm doing my most ambitious print right now, which is you see the blue for the thing. So Lawrence and I were talking about painting. So instead of painting, what he does is he'll break it up into parts so you can print each part in a different color. So you see, I have the thing in this copper orange metallic.
Oh, wow.
All right.
And then here are his boots that just came off the printer now.
That's cool.
And then the blue that's in here is going to be his body. And then his head is going to sit inside the body like that. Nice. Yeah, and then the head articulates and turns.
You don't have to paint this. It's already
it's gonna be official.
That's sick.
I'm excited. This one's gonna be like, it's gonna look crazy. Because these look cool because I use I can say it's the McFarlane special edition because I had this rose gold filament. But this is gonna look like legit.
A finished, yeah.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's where I'm at.
Who wants to follow up the toy maker?
Let's move on to the next segment.
Let's just bounce out of Collector's Corner. Rich, it's your birthday, man. What do you got?
Well, I got a couple of gifts from my girl. I mean, the turtle thing really should have been my Collector's Corner. But my girl,
you can show it again.
Yeah, she went. I mean, here, check it out. Check out the collected the NES cartridge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I am tempted to try to find me a working NES to see if this works.
I remember that game was so hard to play. It was so hard.
What year is that one?
This one, do I have a year on it? I don't think there's a year on it.
1989. I have it open right now. They're going
89.
99 a piece.
Oh, this one.
Is that Tim Burton's Ninja Turtles?
That's the old Michael Keaton, isn't
it? So don't confuse Rich.
You ain't confusing me. You're confusing yourself anyway. But my girl got me some gifts for my birthday. She wasn't exactly sure what it was that I collect for the pops, but she got me what she thought I would like, and she didn't fail. So she got me the pop ad icon, the Kool-Aid Man.
That is awesome. That's cool.
She went all out and she got the protective cover of everything on it. So yeah, got the in the back.
That's
the Kool-Aid Man, just chilling. So I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, it's nice because who doesn't remember the Kool-Aid Man back in the day, right?
Come on, man.
Right? And then she got me because she wasn't sure about this one. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't gonna collect this. Now I think I might have to.
Uh-oh.
But she got me Stranger Things, and I've been seeing this.
That
Oh,
looks
that's
dope.
Rich, are you about to go down the Stranger
I got
Things
the
That
rabbit hole?
Demogorgon, right, from the Briar's house.
That looks sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the Demogorgon with his mouth open, and you can see the in the background is the Briar's house with the lights. I guess this one is he's in the upside down, so you got the muted colors, or like the gray.
That's like season 1, right?
Yeah.
When Will was
So-
missing.
Yeah, so you see the lights in the background, the words on the wall, the couch, and then this
That's
is like a whole
nice.
set. So you can get 11, and then I don't know what the missing 2 are.
They're
Oh,
just blank
okay.
boxes
It's a
you buy.
mystery.
Yeah,
So you only to collect this, you just got to get 4. You're not going
Yeah.
down like you're not getting all the Stranger Things Funko
I mean,
Pops.
I hope so because sometimes they'll just put like a few on the back of the box, but there's a whole bunch. Like for my whole my growing wall of freaking My Hero Academia,
Yeah.
there's still some that I don't have up there yet.
Rich, there's a lot. When I went to that Funko Pop store,
Mm.
I was like, "There's a lot in here." you don't have.
That's how they get you, Rich.
I got All Might as the teacher now. He needs to be put up on the wall. I got Deku, student Deku, right? Like I still got a few that still need to be put up on his wall, and it's not. This isn't collector's corner, but this should have been what I did for the week. I did find Peacemaker. I've been slacking on him, but I found Peacemaker in his underwear.
Yeah,
That's a great one.
Now
I got
that is-
Peacemaker in his underwear.
Yes, that's
So,
a
yeah.
must-have. That's
So,
a
yeah.
must-have.
Oh, look at his face.
McFarlane should have made a Peacemaker in his
Yo,
underwear.
McFarlane
Right.
should make a peacemaker in his.
ball, man.
But yeah,
Dude.
that's my collector's corner.
Well
and,
done.
And some stuff that I did this week. So yeah.
Yeah, well done, Kathy. Those are amazing birthday gifts. Well freaking
Yes,
done.
thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. Bye.
Yo. Jack, you're up.
What
There
you got,
really
Jack?
should be a peacemaker in his panties.
McFarlane figure. Absolutely.
It should.
You know what's funny? Kool-Aid. I did a Jimmy Kimmel. I think it was Jimmy Kimmel set that had the giant wall punch out detail in it, like the Kool-Aid Man had come in through, and then they CGI'd Kool-Aid Man. And
Okay.
Rich, I got my Demogorgon here
Yeah.
also.
Wait, did you
All right.
plan that? Did you pull that out, or is that what you were gonna show?
No, I just saw it. I got this off of a set. I forget what set it was from, but it was just like,
That's pretty detailed. Is that
Yeah.
necklace?
I think it is. It's like a $30, $20, $25, $30 toy, man. The thing is huge too. I think it's about a foot.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
Tons of articulation,
Yeah.
but I got inspired when I saw yours. So, no, my show and tell item's a comic book this week, but I figured I'd show this guy because I probably never show him. This is my Batman 100. I don't think I've shown this before. Batman 100. It's got Batgirl on the cover.
9.9.
Yeah.
Oh.
9.9. So fair market value is normally based off of a 9.8. If you got a 9.9 or a 10, those are way harder to come by, especially if they're older. But there's 3 comic book grading companies. This is, you can see it, PGX.
PGX. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So PGX is kind of like the lesser of the 3 grading companies.
Okay.
So if you're a snob comic book collector, if you got a 9.9 PGX, you probably are considering it's actually maybe a 9.8 CGC or something.
Mhm.
PGX tends to be a little more lenient in how they grade a thing. So a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll get like a 9.8 CGC, crack it open, send it to PGX to have it reslabbed to see if they get a better grade, or they'll do the opposite.
Jack, can I ask you a question about grading? So on our Instagram, we have a lot of companies that do like pressing, and I guess
Yes.
ironing. Is that worth doing to your books, or does it hurt value? Is it
Oh, you should definitely do it.
okay?
What you shouldn't necessarily do is do restoration. But you should, if you're going to send a comic book to get graded, you should always have it cleaned and definitely have it pressed, because every little crease or blemish or stain counts against the overall grade. And about 80% of the way a comic book is graded is simply based off of the cover itself. It's got a lot less to do with the interior of the comic. Of course, the interior comic normally has way less wear and tear anyways. So most of the grade comes off the cover. So you want to get that thing cleaned. You want to get it pressed. But if you get it restored, then they grade it differently. They'll either say it's a restoration grade, and some collectors don't want a restored comic anyways. They're like, I'd rather have a...
Will they use things that aren't part of the original paper or whatever to restore it? Is that why? Like,
Well,
it's not all...
They'll go in and they'll kind of like depends on how aggressive you want to get with the restoration, but in some cases they'll go back in and they'll recolor the whole thing to make it look vibrant and real again. And technology's come a long way, so it looks great.
But it's not the original. It's not the original. It's new parts, old car, new parts.
That's one way of looking at it. It's still the original, but it's definitely a restored version of the original.
Yeah.
And so a lot of collectors would rather have the
patina.
They'd rather have the CGC 2.0 grade instead of the CGC 6.0 grade restored. Like, just give me the original thing. I like seeing the creases on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it. Yeah, so, which is also why the Spider-Man comic, the original Spider-Man comic, though, is less valuable than Action Comics #1. Sold for more than Action Comics #1 because it had a higher grade. But it's not a more valuable comic. If you had Action Comics in like a 9.8, that thing's...
forget about it.
Pretty much doesn't exist,
Right.
You'd have to probably have it restored.
How much did you say that one is worth?
This guy?
Your Batman 100?
I honestly don't remember. I probably in the $150 range, something like that.
It's like 2020, 2019.
Yeah, it's a new comic. That's also why I was able to find it in a 9.9. It's a newer comic.
Right.
It's still over $100. That's not bad for a new comic.
No, not at all. But it's a lot easier to find a high grade, like 10s, 9.9s, and 10s of older comics almost don't exist. They just kind of almost don't exist. They do, but they're very rare. That's why you can almost pick your price at that point. Fair market is set at a 9.8. But these newer comics are often sent straight to the grading companies. And so they'll grade hot off the press hundreds of comics, and some are 9 point this, 9 point that, 9.9, and 10s, and then they've got it fresh off the press. So you'll see a lot more moving forward than you would moving backwards, obviously.
Okay. You make me want to get into this, but wait till you see what I show. It's the complete opposite of what you're doing, Jack. I can't wait to show you what I got.
Well, show me. You're up, buddy.
All right. Okay, so this is kind of a runner-up. I have something else, but I was going through my comics, and I was like, yo, if Jack is an example of how to keep your comics, I'm an example of how not to keep your comics. Because I read my comics, man. So first up, I was going through and I have my Nightfall Batman.
Ooh!
Now, I do have a double of this that is sitting somewhere safe and untouched. But I have this joint sick.
You don't even have... That comic came with a paper detail that intersects the bottom frame of it. Which is... Yeah. I've got like 6 of those ones. 1 was my reading edition, and 5 were my save editions.
I have 1 saved edition. Yo, we talked about this last couple of weeks ago. I just bumped into this bad boy.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought this was really X-Men 1 when I was in 6th grade. I'm like,
wait,
wait, let me just show you something. Alex Ross redid that cover in Alex Ross style. It looks phenomenal.
Dude, I mean, to have that and the original Jim Lee, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Especially
And that
for an
that
X-Men.
folds out, right? That looks like it folds out.
It does,
Yeah.
because then you have Magneto over here.
Well,
And on
so
the inside, you
see,
have like a X-Men and like X-Force or whatever.
yep.
Yeah.
So see how it folds out
Okay.
into those different panels?
Uh-huh.
Each of those panels actually was its own, got its own comic book printing of a variant cover.
Really? I did
Yeah,
not know that.
And so depending on which cover you have, the value is significantly different. I just happen to have
All of them.
all of the
Yeah,
covers.
all
I
of
knew
them.
you were going to say that. Jack Humble Flex. I got this Flash comic. This is really cool, man. I read this cover to cover as a kid. It's freaking like Wally West's worst day of his life because Barry Allen comes back from the dead and betrays him. Says, you tried to replace me, and leaves him for dead. It's actually pretty freaking dark.
Who's the
So-
artist on that? That kind of looks like Neil Adams.
Mark Wade, Greg LaRue pencil, Roy Richardson. Now, but a lot of the stuff looks similar, like a lot of the artwork back then. And then I have, this comic is sick. I read this as a kid, cover to cover multiple times, called Panic in the Sky. Superman pretty much leads all the superheroes. Everyone is in here. Guy Gardner, the Captain Marvel, Nightwing. Superman's leading Batman. Like, Superman is the leader in this comic book. And he's fighting this dude. He's fighting pretty much Brainiac, who brainwashes this dude who fought for his independence on Warworld, and Supergirl. It is dope. And the art now, Jim Lee is dope, but like, I love that 80s style artwork, man.
That's that like early 90s.
That's like
Yeah,
John
late 80s,
Byrne,
That's
man.
pre-mullet, right?
Oh yeah, this is
Pre-mullet,
straight up the
yeah.
80s. This is like when John Byrne took over post-crisis, and it's just a sick joint. And then, not to be too labored, this don't have a cover.
Oh,
But it is, but these two are sick. Now, this one I want to pick up later. So this one's in better condition. Pretty much Jason Todd. These are Jason Todd Robin stories. And basically, he meets a woman who's being abused by this guy. But the guy's father is like he has political protection. And the woman winds up hanging herself. So then when Batman gets to Robin, the dude slips off his balcony. Robin's like, he slipped. And then it kind of continues here with Batman unsure if Robin pushed the guy or not. And then this one, I love. You never know. You don't know.
I don't know.
When you as a reader, you go to the balcony when Batman does, and you just see the guy falling to his death.
but they never answer.
Never get an
The
answer.
fans answered all right.
Well, the fans wound up killing Jason Todd. And then you have this book, which I love. I read. There's no cover to this, and basically,
We read the cover off.
this is Jason Todd as Robin going out and then bumps into Nightwing. And it's his first time meeting Nightwing. And it's the first time Nightwing and Bruce Wayne have a conversation since Dick Grayson was fired from being Robin after getting shot by the Joker. It's actually, I mean, I was like, these are dope, man. And real quick, since this is going on YouTube, this is violent. Like, Batman goes into this junkyard in this book to get Commissioner Gordon because he was kidnapped, and tells Robin to stay behind because you might have pushed somebody off a balcony. And like, Batman is fighting these two guys with machine guns, and they open fire. Batman just jumps out the way, and they shoot each other in the chest.
Yeah.
1980s Batman.
That's kind of like how he did it on the train. You know, I also don't have to save you.
Save you, yep.
Right, but like, and he says, I was hoping there would be no more killing today. And it's like, you're a ninja. Well, what I'm really going to show, and I'll make this fist, is my Mr. Freeze action figure.
What?
All right.
McFarlane Mr. Freeze action figure.
Yeah.
Your
The
helmet
heads-
over.
the-
That's so freaking.
Helmet
head-
comes off.
Look at the head sculpt on this. I mean, McFarlane, no one can touch McFarlane in head sculpts, especially at these
I wish
price
his suit
points.
had a little more hint of blue in it.
I wish that there will be, and at this point there is an unboxing video on YouTube, and I say the same exact thing. I wish these white parts were more chrome, bluish chrome.
Right.
The paint app is kind of whack, but people are going in and doing their own customizations. I'm not, but
Yeah, because wouldn't the ice blast? Because that looks like the ice blast in it, right? Wouldn't that be kind of bluish?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the fact this should be a completely different color than this. This should be
Right.
like it's now you can see it has a finish on it. We're talking about the ice that's coming out of the gun for those just listening to the podcast. But go watch this segment on YouTube so you can see our stuff. But this should definitely be blue or at
Yeah.
least a different color. But it's a sick figure, man, and the detail, like the canisters are all bent and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's a cool.
Yo, this is dope. He's sitting
Yeah, I like the sculpt on that. I would definitely be one of the guys putting a little pop of paint on there. though.
Even just a little finish on the white parts. Nothing.
So, yeah, just
because
like
it-
highlight.
because if you look here, it has all the detail.
Uh-huh.
You
It's
really
just not.
can't-
It's just not. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
brought out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all can go on YouTube and watch this Collector's Corner segment as well as the unboxing of this figure. And yeah,
Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe.
what's up, y'all? Welcome to Three Brothers and a Shot of Milk. We're talking-